What is going on, YouTube? Lamont on the run. Today, still stuck in this mall. What the heck? Kind of see how that works, right? Okay, so anyways, so check this out. So today I'm going to explain to my audience out there, anybody who is watching this video, why I sent $20 to a three-time murderer, triple murderer. It's pretty rare when you kill three people. I can understand killing one person, even possibly two, but three people you didn't like so damn much that you decided to kill them? Well, let me explain. Give me a chance to explain. So the three-time murderer that I'm speaking about is one Raymond Pilato, this guy right here. So Raymond Pilato, he's known on the streets of Oklahoma City as Mano. I think Mano means hands in Spanish or something along those lines. Well, Mano is loco in the cabeza. He's crazy. So this guy in 2006, he killed Donocio Molinar. I apologize if I'm saying that name incorrectly, outside of a Oklahoma City strip club. Okay, I'm not really sure what the beef was about. And then the following month, he killed another person. Okay, so this guy is crazy. And then for a final curtain call, it was curtains lights out for Rodolfo Cazares because he killed him too. So this guy has murdered three people, right? So he's eventually arrested, tried, and convicted, and he's sentenced to life in prison in Oklahoma State Penitentiary, which is located in McAlester. So enter one piece of filth, Anthony Joseph Palma. So we're gonna go to May 13th, 1997 in Mid-City area, right by Oklahoma City, I believe. Okay, so Shannon Hazen has two daughters. One of her daughters, her name is Kirsten Hatfield. So she puts her daughters to bed around 11 o'clock that night. The following morning, it's about 6:30 a.m. She goes in the room to wake them up. Now, I don't know if they both went to sleep together. I know she had another sister. Maybe this sister went to spend the night at her friend's house. I don't know. But she went to go wake up her daughter, and she noticed that Kirsten was missing. So she goes and starts panicking, starts contacting the neighbors, calls 911. The police arrive, and as they're investigating the scene, they notice that there's blood on the windowsill, which is where the entry point where she left or was kidnapped, and they found her blood-soaked underwear in the backyard. Okay, so May 14th, 1997, we have a little girl who it looks like has been abducted. There's her blood, her DNA is on the windowsill, and they find her underwear. They never find her body. They interviewed many neighbors in the area. Nothing. So for the next 18 years, a grieving mother is left wondering what happened to her daughter. So you go to 2015. So you got new detectives on the case, and maybe you got some new fresh eyes. And I don't know why, because it sounds like to me bad detective work. But one of the detectives, I'm doing good. About yourself. One of the detectives notices that there's some, basically some stuff that hasn't been tested. That's as best as I can see in the story, that they had evidence that was not tested, that had an unknown male's DNA on it. So they test it and they run it into the system, and it looked like there was no hit. So they decide to go ahead and talk to everybody that they talked to back in 1997. And one of the men that they decided to speak to again was a neighbor who lived 2 houses away, who supposedly used to date Kirsten's older sister, and that was Anthony Joseph Palma, who by chance still happened to live in the same exact house. They interview him. They ask him for if they could swab his mouth for, DNA, and it comes back. It's a match. It's a match. They immediately arrest him, and they charge him with the crime. They go to trial, and 2 years later, he's charged with the murder, and he's sentenced to life in prison. Now, he still will not tell them where her body is. He has said that he is innocent. He's denied any wrongdoing or culpability in the crime, which is utter nonsense because his DNA was at the crime scene. So we're going to go to January 11th of 2019, and guess who's roommates now at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary? Well, it's Raymond Pilato and scumbag Anthony Palma. And on that night, the guards go to do a cell check, and they see that one of the inmates is lying face down on the floor of the cell covered with a blanket. So they yell to the guard, whoever is controlling the doors, open up cell, blah, 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 whatever. They open up the cell, and Raymond Pilato is sitting on his bunk, and Anthony Palma is lying face down on the floor. When they pull up the blanket, there's an electrical cord wrapped around his neck, and he's beaten to a bloody pulp. He's absolutely covered in blood. He's covered in blood. They check his pulse. There is no pulse. He is dead right there in the cell. So they charge Raymond Pilato with his murder. Now, this happened in 2019, and I'm pretty sure since he's already serving 3, consecutive life sentences, I'm sure a 4th one ain't gonna bother him. So when I read this online, I decided, to send them $20. Now, let me say this. When a pedo is murdered, that's all good to me. That's all good to me because they don't deserve to live. They're scumbags. Anybody that hurts a child or murders a child, they need to be killed. And even though I don't approve of triple murderers, I think murder is bad. Murder is definitely not good. I do give kudos to Mr. Pilato for taking out the trash. Anybody that knows, even if you've never done time in prison, that people that hurt children are targeted and they are dealt with accordingly. Now, I don't know why they would put this guy in a cell with a 3-time convicted murderer, but they did. And maybe they wanted him to kill him. I'm sure nobody is sad. The only bad thing I can think of in this situation is that, every now and then they're going to go back and talk to Palma, because they're trying to get him to at least admit where he buried that girl's body, but he's just not telling. So now the good is that a scumbag is off the face of the planet. The bad is, who knows where that girl was buried? Who knows if she'll ever be found? I guess only time will tell. I guess you'll just have to wait until one of those, those stories that you hear of a hiker walking down or hiking down a trail and they find a skull. That's usually how that pretty much ends. So I don't know. Anyways, I gave him $20, so maybe he could, buy some Top Ramen, buy some coffee. Let's see if we can get him on the channel for an interview. I don't know. I'll write him an email sometime later tonight. See if he wants to talk. Maybe he wants to earn a couple more dollars. Anyways, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Man, I tell you that was an attractive lady back there, but she was with her boyfriend. I didn't want to get punched in the face. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll catch up with you on the next video. I hope to see you there. Peace out.